Hey, how's it going, everybody? I just was doing my raid chest stuff here, and this was the first team suggested to me, so I never shy away from an A gear tank because I really like this green team that I have. Um, but I haven't seen many Tellurias on the flank. So her stats are obviously defensively oriented. They're a little bit lower than Black Knight's when there's no emblems, but I think her class is a much better fit. And I guess you need emblems for that class to do anything, though. Never mind. So yeah, she's a little bit worse. Same speed for the two of them. Those are kind of, since Black Knight is a popular tank. So I want to see how effective she'll be on the flank. This team is not too overtly concerning to me because June is really the only strong damage dealer. So we'll see if they'll be able to stall me out or not. With her at the flank, I'm a lot less concerned. I've had really poor success with her as a tank, in part because my red team is not very strong and I don't like going mono. So, yeah, I just haven't had very good luck getting around her. I really underestimated the value of the minus 34% mono generation, thinking that it wouldn't be that much, I guess. And I thought it's only 3 turns, but it just brings you to an absolute standstill. So, which pretty much means that there's a big guarantee that her heal over turn is successful at bringing people back to maybe full health even, because you're not able to use your special skills unless you've got some really fast heroes or you got a good board. So let's evaluate her as a flank since I haven't had the opportunity to do so. I go back and forth with how I want my testing videos to be, and I feel like I end up leaning most towards wanting to see them in a realistic situation. So it's one thing to let them fire and kind of, I feel like that's a way just to see what their special is like, but when evaluating them for how good they are in a particular position, I think it's best to play the match how you would normally play it and see how effective they are. So this video is to do that, to evaluate her effectiveness at flank. You can see they took some considerations with how they arranged this team, where they are assuming people are going to be using green, which is true. And so they have a red and a green flank, since I will not be strong against those. In fact, I'll be weak to red, and I don't know if green is weak against green or if it's just sort of neutral. So anyways, this is to evaluate her efficacy at flank. Therefore, I'm not going to give any special considerations around allowing her to fire so we can, or him, I don't really even know anymore what gender this hero is, but that doesn't matter. So we need two green tiles, but we can get our purples first. Okay, so if this were a completely normal battle, I would be freezing the right side. I think that's where I'll make one small exception, is I do want to see, for my own curiosity, what she can offer later in the match. Obviously, as a tank, she's probably firing before most people, so I'm very curious to see what she's like when your mana is already full or when you can cleanse or something like that. So with that being said, I'll freeze the left side with Proteus, and I'm going to save Regard. I don't really need him right now anyways. I'm not going to dispel the mana effect immediately, but yeah. So I see a good cascade I have here. So I guess that's the one exception to the rule that I explained, or not the rule, but my tendency to want to evaluate them in a realistic situation. Since I am a little bit ahead on the match, because I'm thinking of leveling Telluria just for offensive reasons. I don't really care too much about defense, so putting together the perfectly strong defense team doesn't really appeal to me that much, but an average speed healer that has such a powerful secondary effect will be a really good one to be able to use. So I will wait on that, and we'll hold off on Hansel for a second too. So if I hit the blue diamond, it'll blow the blue dragon bomb, which will hit the yellow. So we'll just go for a bunch of movement on the board here. Okay. So I do kind of want to see what 3 green tiles should normally be a little more than a third, because I've seen some math on how many tiles Telluria's effect takes them to. You know, if they normally take 8 tiles, how many do they need? So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I'll have to look back in the video later, but if that's something you're interested in seeing, you can watch this and see how many tiles went down and what kind of impact that had. Okay. So at this point I would freeze her, heal up, and then get the board moving again. So I'm far less impressed as flank, and especially so because I feel like Aegir is not a very strong tank, so choosing to keep him when you could use this much stronger hero to me doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's my evaluation after this match is, yeah, with a bad board, it can be a factor, but I feel like she's much more important early on in the match or offensively when you can time it out a little bit better. So obviously I had a cleanse ready right away and could have gotten rid of that effect immediately because I'd had time to make matches while just ignoring Aegir as a tank. So yeah, I think she, not really sure, is a very, very good tank. One of the best, if not the best at the moment. But significantly worse as a flank just because they are not going off as early as they need to have the effect on the match that they can if they are fired earlier. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell icon. If you have any questions or comments, fire them off in the comments down below since I do respond to everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. We just hit 100 subscribers, which is really cool, and I've got a fun thing planned. I'm just trying to get it wrapped up right now, and then I will unveil what that is. But yeah, looking forward to continuing to grow the channel more. I always love getting feedback from people that watch, positive or negative, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.